Hey everybody, it's Yvonne DiVita from BlogPaws again, and all of you know me as the co-founder of BlogPaws, and our conference is coming up. It's going to be in Phoenix this year in June. I've had the privilege of talking to a number of speakers, and today, right now, I'm so excited to have Kathleen Gage here, because when I grow up, I want to be Kathleen Gage. So Kathleen, with that kind of an introduction, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Absolutely, and it means when you grow up and you're like me, you'll just be old. That's it. I'm actually getting ready to celebrate my 62nd birthday, and really excited about that because I'm doing something a little different than I ever thought I would do. I'm going to be running a marathon right before my 62nd birthday.
I'm so in awe. Congratulations on that. You're doing so well.
Thank you. Thank you. And if you want to be like me, you got to go out and train for the marathon. So there you go. That's it. We're a wrap.
Well, we're a wrap, but you do so many inspiring things. And one of the things that I find so helpful and inspirational from you is just the attitude that you bring, and the fact that you're helping other women. And BlogPaws is mostly women, but it's women and men. Anybody out there, learn to be the best that they can be, so to speak. Tell us a little bit about that, because you're very inspirational.
Thank you. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that at one point in my life, I did all I could do not to be my best self. I actually tried to avoid work. I tried to avoid responsibility. And that was in my 20s, just making some really bad decisions. And as I matured and grew up, if you will, and realized that I got out of life what I put into it, my whole attitude has changed, and the way I conduct my life has changed. For example, this morning, before coming into my office, I work off-site. I don't work in my home after 19 years, and I'll put all the blame on our pets, because we have a lot of pets, and they were a little annoyed when I would close my office door, and it was like, wait a minute, we want to come in there. So I actually decided to move my office off-site. And this morning, before coming to my office, I took a 2.5-mile run. And it's interesting because I am training for a marathon. And what I realize is that, again, what I will get out of the marathon, just like what I get out of my business, what I get out of life is what I put into it. And there was a moment there this morning I didn't want to go out and run. And I thought, if you don't go and run, what you're doing is you're starting to create a habit. And really, success and anything we do is all about the habits that we create. So a lot of it, Yvonne, has to do with the fact that at one point I didn't give it my all. Today, I figured this could be my last day, so I may as well go with gusto.
I so appreciate that. And we have so many bloggers and aspiring business people at BlogPaws. So they don't quite understand how to do that, how to be the best, and how to put the best, and how to think, well, today I'm going to do this, this, and this. And I know that, having listened to you and been to a workshop that you've done, that you have such a unique and successful way of sharing that. I can't wait for BlogPaws attendees to be in front of you at your session. Tell us a little bit about the session.
Well, first of all, I do hope people show up to the session, because it's kind of boring if I'm giving it to myself. And so I really encourage people to show up, because what I'm going to be talking about is really how to set yourself up for success using the internet to gain the visibility for your business. And that could be a business that's in a local region. It could be a business that you actually have a target market that's throughout the United States, Canada, or even the world. So it's really about showing you the systems that will get you the greatest result in the fastest way possible. Now, by saying that, I'm not saying that it's overnight success. I'm not saying that it's get rich quick. And that's where a lot of people really get misled in business. They buy into the hype of press a button and you'll make lots of money. And I will tell you, it is possible, but there's something that comes before that pressing the button. I've had occasion where in any given day, I've made as much as $20,000 or $30,000, but there were months of preparation that went into that. So really what I'm going to do in my session is pull back the cover, show you some very specific strategies on how you can gain visibility in front of your market and how to be strategic about it. And the thing about running a business, regardless of whether it's online or offline, is you have to run it like a business, which means you have to set up your systems. You have to set up your foundation. And those are the unsexy things that we talk about. And yet what I think is very sexy is making money in business and having a profit margin. that is one you can be proud of. And we'll go into the bank quite frequently without having to go to the bank because the money just gets deposited. But it's about foundation. And again, I'll talk about how to use social media. I'll talk about how to set your systems up. I am an author, and I have some strategies around getting books out to market that can actually be lead generators and credibility building tools.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hear you talk about the fact that there's a process and that business is it is a task. It's something that you do. It isn't something that happens to you. So, you know, we want our bloggers to be in charge of their lives instead of having fate run things for them. I've never been a believer that, you know, fate is going to tell you what to do. I've always been someone who says, no, the more you tell me not to do that, the more I'm going to find a way to do it. Especially if it's in my wheelhouse or the talent that I have. If it's not, I'm going to find someone else to help me. Because
you just found something. Yes, yes. And sorry to interrupt, but I really want to emphasize that point. A lot of people seem to think, especially new to business, and I was guilty of this, that they should wear all the hats in their business. And I realized I was the bottleneck in my company. And now I have a team of people that actually most work virtually. And in that team, I have areas of expertise that I can tap into. Right now, I have an amazing Facebook advertising person that is so detail-oriented and into analytics. And left to my own devices, if I did my Facebook advertising, I would be spending a lot of money without getting a return. Yeah. With my Facebook person, she really looks at, okay, what's the investment? What's the return? How many clicks have we had? What's our conversion rate? And all of that is necessary to run a successful business. To know your numbers. And that's another thing that I often see with business owners. They don't really look at their numbers and they kind of bury their head in the sand. And my commitment, my goal to entrepreneurs everywhere is, especially animal entrepreneurs, because I've got my rescue. My puppy has, one of my puppies, she's 12 years old. She's a Shih Tzu, and you know Delaney. We're actually thinking of bringing her to BlogPaws.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we're thinking of bringing Delaney and Chance, who is also a rescue. And Delaney has a little shirt that says rescued and loved forever. Yeah. And I think, you know, it really ties into business too, because when we find the right information, the right mentors, and we're willing to do the work, we are rescued and we're loved forever, because when we do good by our clients, they're going to love us. So, you know, it's not a matter of going out and have a popularity contest. It's really about being strategic, teaching people the best you can teach them, and helping them to live the life they were meant to live.
Exactly. And I think for many of our bloggers, we like to remind them that because they're so passionate about rescue and shelter and whatnot, the more successful they are in the business, the more successful they will be at helping that shelter and that rescue.
So, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you were there when we actually raised $14,000 for it, not only whipping, but also for some horse rescues. Yeah. And what was amazing is the money that we were able to donate to the horse rescues, one had just done a big rescue and they desperately needed money for hay. And so, you know, if you follow your heart and you are strategic about it, you can do amazing things in the world. And being that everybody coming to BlogPaws is an animal lover or animal lovers, we have 3 horses, 3 dogs, we have a cat, and most of them are rescues, including the horses. So, you know, I'm so committed to this, and I'm committed to helping animal people and animal business owners really do the best they can do, because, again, the more you do, the more you can give back.
I so agree. And I know that the attendees do also. They're going to be so excited. Tell us, before we sign off, tell us what your pet project is. What's going on in your life that is a pet project that you're working on?
Well, if you ask my animals, they'll all say they are the pet project. There's a few, actually. Right now, I'm working on training for the marathon. It happens very soon, and that's a big pet project to me, because it's all about having the vibrancy and the energy to do what I need to do in my business. Yeah. And in my business, my big pet project right now is I'm working with my publisher on some anthology books, and we're actually going to have an anthology book targeted towards people in the pet industry. And I'll be talking about that at BlogPaws, but writing and getting people's messages out, those are my pet projects. But the big one right now is getting the foundation in place for some anthology books, which that means that we have many contributing authors, and it offsets their costs, and it's a much more cost-effective way for them to get their name in print And they're going to learn how to market their books, where a lot of publishers don't teach you. But we're going to put a whole training program in place.
Oh, Kathleen, that sounds amazing. I can't wait to hear more about that and share that with everybody in the BlogPaws community.
Thank you.
Today, thank you for taking the time to talk with us. And
Absolutely.
we will see you in Phoenix in June.
You will. We're going to do a road trip, and I am looking forward to it, and Delaney and Chance are looking forward to it also.
Awesome.